Parents, again, thank you so much for being here. We will start the meeting in 2 minutes. We want to just wait for some more time and give it some 2 or 3 minutes so other parents can join us. Thank you for taking the time to stay here and listen to the parent orientation meeting. We will start in just 2 minutes, parents. I want to extend a very warm welcome to all the LIBR parent community, new and old, who are with us this evening. And I also want to take this beautiful opportunity to congratulate and express our gratitude to all these LIBR parents and students who have chosen to stay with us from the previous years, continuing into this current school year, who made the choice despite you all having a different alternative opportunities. So again, I want to give you all a hearty welcome and thank you so much for taking your time to come and listen to our virtual parent orientation meeting this evening. So we're going to start. I'm going to be the presenter for today. My name is Sheba Christopher. I'm the academic coach. So the agenda for our meeting today. So first, we will look at our LIBR leadership team, and briefly, we look at our history, vision, mission, and our core values. I will also walk you through about the discipline and culture that we follow at LIBR, and a quick glance at our infrastructures and facilities. I will be sharing some information about our school, which is very important for new parents, so you can follow our policies and some of the student policies, teacher policies, and some academic aspects, non-academic aspects. And finally, I will be sharing some contact information if you have any questions, so you can reach us. So first, I'm going to give you some greetings from our LIBR team. So, and also walk you through a little bit of history. So our school was founded by Dr. N.B. Sudarshan Acharya ji. So he established the school as 2013, and the school was inaugurated by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Acharya Ji is a renowned educationist and humanist and has worked with his whole heart and mind to fill the gaps in education for holistic development of our students with special values and especially 21st century life skills. So we, in imitation of his vision and mission, are striving to empower our community of students with skills of all these core values such as integrity, compassion, and excellence to meet with ever changing global challenges so that our students can grow up to become independent decision makers. So you can see our founder in the picture. So he has great vision and mission for our school, and we are striving hard to follow his mission and vision. So next up, we have our chief advisor. She is with us in the meeting today. She is Dr. Swarnalata Rao. So Madam is a role model. She's a subject expert, innovator, administrator. She's a postgraduate and has a doctorate in education. She adorned herself with rich fabric of educational and leadership achievements and variety of knowledge. And she carries a lot of experience who has worked in various institutions. And she is really a role model. She's been training us. She's been with us from a long time. She has a vast experience of 55 years. And definitely she retired as a principal. And she has also published 45 titles of books through research and development wing. So we will be talking about her soon, and she will also share her vision and mission with us during this course of meeting. So next we have our principal, Mrs. Parimala Reddy. She started with us last year, and she remains to be with LIBR for many years to come. She leads the entire team of LIBR that includes teachers, students, and parents with utmost care and love. So her goal for all students at LIBR is to provide a safe and encouraging learning environment where all students experience success by becoming confident, disciplined, and critical thinkers. So she is also here with us. So she is our principal and very adoring and very lovable with us. Next, it's me. I'm the academic coach. I'm the one talking to you. So I work closely with all the teachers at LIBR. I play a huge role in providing the necessary coaching for all teachers so that efficient delivery happens in the classroom. So next, I'm going to be introducing some of our team leaders who are also teachers and also play the teacher coordinator role at our school. So first up here is Mrs. Sheila. She's the teacher and academic coordinator from nursery to grade 1. That includes nursery, LKG, UKG, and grade 1, so 4 sections. And her passion for teaching and love for students at LIBR cannot be expressed in any other words, but we see that in action. So she is also here with us in the course of our meeting. And Mrs. Lavanya is the teacher and academic coordinator for grades 2 to 5. She's an English teacher and very dedicated and works with integrity. Students at LIBR adore her for the calm and loving personality. So she's great and a very quick learner in all aspects, very disciplined and always respectful to all the adults and all the students at school. Next is Mrs. Rincy. She is again an English teacher and an academic coordinator for grades 6 and 7. She's very ambitious and an enthusiastic teacher, enthusiastic learner, and hopes to bring positivity to all people around her. She loves being around children and teaches with passion, strives to be very humble, always learning from more experienced teachers. She takes feedback positively and very loving to work with. So she is Mrs. Rincy. She is also with us in today's meeting. Last but not the least, we have Mrs. Beatrice with us. She is the social science HOD and the counselor. She loves to do a lot of special assignments, coaching, and building that love and relationship with students at LIBR. So as I said, she is known for building lasting relationships with our students, who takes her time to counsel and express her love with utmost care for students at LIBR. So that was a quick introduction to our LIBR team, leadership team. And when you go to our campus, you definitely have the privilege and you can take your time to talk to them, and they will provide you with all information that you need when you're on campus. So a quick glance at our school. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and enlighten, and to be global leaders in building brave, brilliant, and inquisitive young people who are committed to the positive growth of themselves and others. And our vision is to provide holistic and personalized curriculum that instills in our students a global perspective and a deep commitment to our core values. So I'm going to be quickly talking about our core values. Our core values, in short, is called as RECIPE. R stands for respect, E stands for excellence, C for compassion, I for integrity, P for passionate, which is also perseverance, and finally E for enjoyable learning environments. So we are here as teachers, and we also teach our students to follow these core values. We consider them as very important and very valuable. So we teach, we also look for ways where we can have our students express these core values in their real life, not just in their current ages, but also in the future. So this is a nutshell of our vision, mission, and core values. So I'm going to be showing some images to portray our infrastructure and features. So please have a look at our slides. So our first step here is our library. So students enjoy reading, and we encourage a lot of reading in their library periods, mainly to improve their reading skills and appreciate. We want them to appreciate all the authors and and the talents that they have put in, all the effort that they put in writing books, and we ask our students to enjoy reading. And we strongly believe that reading can improve only when a student reads a book. So a lot of time is spent in having our students take them to the library and get these books purchased. So we have a very good library with a lot of books. The next feature and the infrastructure at our school is art and craft classrooms, where we have very spacious art room, and we want to really bring that creativity from our students in all ages, where they enjoy doing art and craft. Science labs, we have modern and fully furnished biology, physics, and chemistry labs, and they are all up to CBSE norms, especially for grade 9 and up. And these are some of the images. And computer labs, we have full-fledged computer lab with Wi-Fi to equip learning for our students and connecting with the 21st century skills. And these are some images of our playgrounds. We have very huge, spacious playgrounds for cricket, for football, and all other athletic events. And these are our sports and school grounds. So please visit and enjoy all these infrastructure and facilities that's available. And we are very proud and we're very happy for our students that they get the spacious and the amount of time that they can spend in these places. So a quick glance at our culture and discipline. Okay, so our school, we want to emphasize a very positive and a deep connection to portraying and displaying good behavior, not just now, throughout the rest of their life. So our teachers play a very important role in this, where they share, they teach all the behavior expectations that are expected from a student. They try to have a lot of discussions throughout the year. Especially at the beginning of the year, we teach our students to have a good culture and behave well at school. So one such endeavor to keep our discipline is nominating class monitors, right? So we want to nominate good monitors who would support and maintain classroom discipline and procedures. So this happens every month. So students are recognized for the little leadership qualities that they display, and they're given a token of appreciation for doing a good job in that role. Another aspect of our discipline is selecting house prefects. So in just some more time, you will learn about houses that we have. So prefects are from older groups of students where they are given responsibility to hold and maintain the culture and discipline of the school. So they have a theme that they work on and they're given duties. So we're trying to build that a little, and the leadership. We're trying to build that and grow that leadership qualities in our students. Another aspect and another endeavor to keep our discipline is some of these school posters. We just call that shine. Shine meaning sit up straight, hold your hands in your lap, in your own space, no noise, eyes on the speaker. So we don't elaborately say all of this every time to a student to be disciplined in a class. We just use this word shine. So when I say shine like a star, they know that they have to sit up straight, listen to the speaker. So instead of repeatedly saying don't talk more traditionally, we have adopted this word shine. So they are they become self-aware that they have to sit up straight and listen to the speaker. And another thing that we do to bring the class in control, our teachers do, is hold on to these voice levels, where they use these voice levels. 0 means no talking, 1 is whisper, 2 is talk to your partners, 3 is the speaker who's a teacher himself herself, and 4 is outside. So we use these kind of directions instead of traditional methods of shouting and screaming and just repeatedly asking them to keep quiet, keep quiet. So we have adopted these modern techniques where, if this is one way where we maintain our culture and discipline in each classrooms. And another aspect of, bringing the discipline and culture on campus is use of student language. We highly encourage and we recommend, and we are very strict about this, asking students to speak only in English when on campus, except for when they are in second or third language periods. So students are expected and they are taught to talk respectfully to adults, whether it is teaching, non-teaching staff. They are also taught to address female support staff as aunties and male support staff as bhaias. So we teach, in a way, we teach respect, or at the same time, we encourage them to speak only in English at all times on campus. So now I talked about discipline, culture, we shared about infrastructures, facilities. Now it's time to share some of the information about school, especially if you're new students. It's very important for you to know what you have to do when you're on campus, and some preparations also happen at home. So we want your support, parents, so please follow along as I'm giving you some information about our school. So first is our school timings and assembly. First bell rings at 8:25. Assembly starts at 8:30. It's a very short buffer time of 5 minutes where we get everybody in line and we bring that silence and we start our assembly. School ends at 3:10 p.m. Buses will depart at 3:15 p.m. Sorry, there's a slight error. Pre-primary and grade 1 will have classes only 5 days a week. Saturdays are holidays. For grades 2 to 12, all Saturdays except 2nd and 4th are working days. And if there are holidays declared by the government, then school reserves the right to declare any of these 2nd or 4th Saturday as working days. So if there's heavy rain, last year we had heavy rains and we had a lot of holidays declared by the government. So we had to go back and work on some of the 2nd and 4th Saturdays. And once the assembly is done, we try to build relationship. We call this as threshold greeting. So teachers, wherever they see students walking in the corridor, walking in the hallways, entering into classrooms, we encourage them to make this one-to-one contact by greeting them. So this greeting could be a shake hand, high five, fist bump. So lots of things. Like some students like to hug, some students just give them a high five, fist bump, elbow bump. So things like that, which helps the teacher make an eye contact and also build that relationship. So she gets that chance to look at a child and understand the emotions of how and what she's had that day from the beginning of the day. So this, we consider it as very important. And break times at LIBR. So first period, second period is done, and short break is at 10:15. They get a 15-minute short break. Students get some time to eat their snacks if they've missed breakfast. And our lunch break is from 12:30 to 1 o'clock. And there is diary period from 3 to 10 where they wind up everything that they've learned and put it in a nutshell in their diaries. And they dismiss to buses at 3:10. So some of our breakfast and lunch policies, especially to do with food, children are expected to bring 2 snacks, one for the lunch, one for the short break. And we encourage a clean water bottle, which is washed regularly. And we also want you parents to pack some healthy and nutritious food. We highly discourage junk food. Please send varieties of food. Do not send the same food every day. And pack as much so the child is not running out of food. And ensure that the child carries a napkin, a spoon, water bottle every single day. And please do not send fancy, or I know there are so many fancy tiffin boxes and fancy water bottles available in the market, but they find it very difficult. So we want you to be understanding. Please provide them some simple things because we don't have a lot of time doing all those stuff. So not fancy, but a simple tiffin box, a simple water bottle, and make sure these are clean. Make sure you follow those hygienic lunch boxes and the tiffins that they bring. And we also want students to bring fruits for their snacks. And especially Mondays and Thursdays, we're going to be looking at this, because children either they bring no fruits or they bring only fruits. So we want to just try to see if we say this, they'll at least get into the habit of eating fruit. So parents, please be please be mindful of what you're sending. So your students your child eats healthy, as well as eats good amount of food for the snack and lunch break. The next is daily attendance policy. We want all our students to be here every single day. I know that's not possible every time when there are medical issues or emergencies. So a minimum attendance of 80% is required to complete the whole academic year, so that your child is promoted to the next grade. Attendance is important in regular classes and co-curricular activities such as PE, dance, yoga, taekwondo, music, special sports, skating, etc. So attendance is mandatory in all these classes. So if you want your child to be exempted from any of these special sports activities, please provide a medical note at the office. And we highly encourage and request parents to inform the school if your child is not going to be there on a particular day. Please mention it in the diary, send a leave note, call the office, and we will definitely get back to you if we don't receive a call from your side, maybe in 2 days. Okay, so please abide by these policies, because attendance and tracking who is here, who is not here, is very important for a child's education. The next is homework policy. So every grade at LIBR has a homework schedule, just like a timetable for regular classes. We have a timetable for homework also. So that means they will have 3 different subjects assigned every single day. And because we want to encourage practice and extend this learning outside school hours, not just in school, we want them to spend some extra time. We don't want to give them a lot of work. So that's why we have a schedule. You can see a small image on my screen. So that is a image from the WhatsApp group. So our teachers take time to post the homeworks in the respective class groups after the school is over. So, if a child is absent, or if a child for any reason has not completed during the daily period, which is from 3 to 3:10, you will always have a chance to look at these homeworks in the class WhatsApp groups. So if you're not in the class WhatsApp group, please contact one of our leadership team, or call the office. They will add your names into the WhatsApp class groups. So diary period homework policies. So these are the bullets where we want you to abide by it and encourage practice of homework after school for your child. School bags. So as I said, every class has a timetable for regular classes that they can follow each day, which will definitely avoid, having heavy loads of textbooks in a child's backpack. Okay, so please, I highly request you parents to take some time, set the school bag as per the class timetable, which will definitely help them not carry all that they do not need. Students with medical emergencies. So if a student is suffering from high temperature, severe cold or cough, please keep them at home. Okay, we do understand. We want to be safe ourselves, and we want others also to be safe. So we highly encourage the students stay home. And if a student is already on campus, and if the student is running a high temperature or seriously unwell and needs parental care, we from the office will definitely call you. And parents, we want you to make your arrangements to come and get your child picked up. Dress and grooming. Some of our policies of dressing up, right? So we definitely, all of us like to be dressed neat and clean. So that's the same thing with us, with our students. We want them in a clean and tidy uniform every single day, with clean socks, clean shoes, and make sure they have their ID cards. Hair is groomed really well. If there's long hair for girls, we want them to be plaited into 2 plaits, and boys short and trimmed hair. Clip your nails regularly, and no makeups of any any kind. And if a child is with lice, please do take care and have the child stay at home, because lice is also something that can get transferred from one person to the other person. So let's be hygienic, and let's also encourage others also to be safe. And one other note that I want to bring into notice here is, please provide your child with quality shoes like Reebok and Adidas that can stay for longer. Not just stay longer, but it also protects your child's feet. Okay, so they do a lot of running around without even us telling them. They run. It's their children, right? They run, they play a lot. We just cannot control some things, but to help have a good experience with sports and to protect their feet, we highly encourage good quality shoes. And this is our school uniform. You can see some images. Girls have blue polka dot shirts with monogram, knee length navy blue shirt, black ribbon, black hairbands. As I said, long hairs have to be plaited. Please, they should have LIBR logo buckle and branded shoes, white socks, school ID card. So that is a complete uniform for girls. And boys, blue pin striped shirt with monogram, our school logo on it. Navy blue shorts for grades 1 to 5 and navy blue pants for grades 6 to 12. Belt with LIBR logo buckle and white socks and school ID card. So that's like a complete LIBR student who is a boy with us. And sports uniform. This is how our sports uniform look like. We have 4 houses, so they are all classified by colors. Ignis for red, aqua blue, terra green, ventus yellow. So if you are a new student, you will know your houses, in what houses you belong to, and your sports uniform will be given accordingly. So it's a house colored t-shirt with LIBR logo and house colored pants. If a student is out of uniform, the child is going to be informed at the very first time. Okay, so what is she missing? What is he missing? Maybe he missed a belt, maybe he missed wearing the right ribbon, color of the ribbon. So we will verbally say that first. Then we will write a diary note. So parents, you play a role here, right? So please do check the child's diary for what is missing. And then appropriately, we will give a call home if it is repeatedly, the same things that we see with uniforms. So let's come to some academic aspects. So we've talked about a lot of LIBR policies and our general, rules on campus. So now we're going to give you a deep dive into our academic aspects and some enrichment programs at LIBR. Complete academic year at LIBR is divided into 2 terms. Term 1, which is March, April, and June to October. Term 2 is from November to February. And during these 2 terms, there are 2 periodic assessments and 1 term end exam. Periodic assessments are for 40 marks. Term end exams are for 100 marks. And the same pattern follows for term 2. So these periodic assessments are paper pencil test and also internals. Now internals, we grade them with all the other extra activities that they do in class, subject enrichment activities, projects, presentations, portfolio activities, how well they participate in classroom, how well they do homeworks, group discussion, and all those are formative, right? A teacher formatively assess a child as to how they do in each of their classes. And during the term end exams, we also grade their co-scholastic assessment, which is their non-academic parts, which is PE, karate, yoga, dance, music, art and craft, and overall discipline and work ethics. So all of these grades, you will see them in the report card, which will be given to you when these exams and assessments are completed. Okay, so that's just a quick overview of our assessment pattern at LIBR. So now all of this to happen, we need good teaching happening in the classrooms. So our academic curriculum and everyday lessons comprises of the below discovery, learning, and teaching methodologies. They are elicit, engage, explore, explain, elaborate, evaluate, and extend. So our teachers are trained and getting trained themselves to teach their curriculum, their lessons in these 7 steps in their lesson plan cycle model. Okay, so I'm going to invite Mrs. Swarnalatha ma'am to connect our curriculum with the vision of the National Educational Policy 2020. So I'm going to give it over to Ms. Swarnalatha ma'am. Ma'am, you may please take over.
Yeah, thank you, Shiba. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you, Shiba, and welcome to all the parents who have joined us. We are really happy to see most of you here. Now we come to the academic part. The infrastructure facilities are great, and equal to that will be also our curriculum transaction, which will be updated from time to time. And now we go with the new education policy or the National Education Policy 2020. And this year, it's going to be started in all the schools at all levels. So we have why of the national education policy, and that is to make our children fit globally. Till now, we have seen that children could get away with their assessments by just rote learning. But now this new policy has done away with rote learning. There's no room for rote learning, but to think, understand, and the 7 E's, which were mentioned in the earlier slide, the elicit, engage, explain, explore, elaborate, all these are some things which are going to develop the child intellectually. And for that, the classroom curriculum also is going to be based on what we want to achieve from the children. Now, when coming to this main focus for this NEP 2020 is the critical thinking. And now, how does this critical thinking help in development of a child, and why is it important? Nowadays, we are talking about vocal for local. And the kind of research that is going on locally in our country is because of the brains which are working behind it at their own levels. Even in the villages, there are innovations. And for an innovating mind, we need the critical thinking mind. And critical thinking mind is possible only through practice in the classroom, only through the various steps where we can develop this critical thinking. Now, this critical thinking, you can see the meaning of the critical thinking can be brainstorming, or it can be conceptualizing, or it can be inventing. There are different meanings given to this critical thinking. And this critical thinking can be into various steps. And what does it lead to? It leads to problem solving. Children grow, but they do not know how to face problems. So this kind of problem solving, analyzing the problem and then solving the problem, taking proper decisions, it makes a lot of difference in the personality of a child. And this problem solving is one of the aspects of developing critical thinking. And this is possible through, and even the textbooks that we have chosen this year is in line with the NEP 2020. And it also leads to research. It's not just what is given in the textbook is to be followed. Children start thinking. Suppose one example is given, some research gets them to some other example. Can this also be done? And that is how they try to learn to research. And then it also enhances creativity. And nowadays, creativity is the prime thing that we need in children. They have to create. Even learning aspects also, they have to create their own learning modules by which they can learn their lessons well. Then we have, it stimulates curiosity. A curious mind is a questioning mind. And questioning is something that leads to so many aspects of life. Even for a problem that arises, questioning is important. Not being at the problem, but questioning the problem is also important. And this, the curiosity also develops a questioning mind. And questioning mind is always important. Then we have, when all these things are developed, then it becomes easier for children to improve the decision making. This is something which is important for the whole life. It's not just for the study, but it is for the complete life. It is important. So this critical thinking is something which is important, and critical thinking is a skill. It is not a quality. It is a skill which has to be developed and which can be developed through practice. And there are ways in which, even in the classroom also, our transaction in the classroom of the lessons is going to have different kinds of exercises. And these exercises will help us in developing this kind of critical thinking. Children will also start making their own ways how they can learn the various concepts. So to learn these concepts, and they also know the why. Why is the lesson there? Why are we reading it? And how do I get to the lesson? How do I prepare the lesson? And how do I apply the lesson to my daily life? So this is the main thing with the new education policy. And I think if this is developed and encouraged in schools, then our children will be very well globally fit. So we would like our children to be globally fit. And at the same time, just not keep quiet with what is given, but innovate and also think differently. That's what we want. We want our children to be different and stand out in the crowd. That's what we are looking at through this, the curriculum, the textbooks, which are very well designed. And even in the textbooks also, you will find in the textbook, there are various exercises. The new education policy is also defined in the beginning pages before the start of the lesson. And there is also something for the parents. The parents, where the parents need to intervene and help the child in knowing different concepts. Small activities are given where the parents' involvement is very important. And I hope all the parents will help the child in learning more, even in the home environment. That's what we look at. And you will find if there is enthusiasm, there is curiosity to learn more, to apply at home, please help them to satisfy their curiosity by answering the questions which arise because of what they have gathered in the classroom or what they are going to learn in the different concepts in the lesson. So please help them. That thirst for learning has also to be created, and never stop a questioning mind. You will see the results of a questioning mind in later years, but now our duty is to see that the questioning is not curbed in any form. And even in the classroom also, we want them to question as much as possible. And whatever is the NEP training that is to be given based on the textbook and also the various aspects of the new education policy that has been already imparted to the teachers, and the training has to be ongoing from different agencies and different areas, and our teachers will be up to date with what needs to be done in the classroom. So this is about the new education policy, which we would like to, and please make a habit in children to read the lesson. That is important. Let it be any subject. Let it be any subject. Even in math also, it is necessary to read what the problem is, understand what the problem is. And if they lack this reading habit, they will omit the key points in a math problem. And it will be very difficult for them to solve the whole problem. So reading, understanding is very important. So make them read the lesson, not just the question answers at the end of the lesson. And here, of course, in these textbooks that are going to be used from this academic year, there's no room for them to by heart anything. They have to understand and they have to apply and they have to reply and they have to assess themselves what they know. So this is about the transaction of the curriculum in the classrooms, which is going to take place from, I think, from Monday. Is that from 13th? Yes. So thank you, Shiba.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for enlightening and imparting knowledge on the NEP policy and connecting that with the curriculum that we are and the textbook that we are about to follow in the new academic year. Thank you so much, ma'am, for explaining those things for us. So in line with our academic aspects, we do want to share with you about enrichment programs that we have that we are offering for our students. So the first one is the reading enrichment program. This is not a separate program, but it is with the connection. It's connecting the student and the teacher. And there's a lot of things that the student himself does at home. So the main motive and the objective behind having this program is improving a student's language skills, reading skills especially. So we want to build strong readers at LIBR. So what we have done is we have a reading log where students are asked to enter the amount of hours that they've been spending to read any book of their choice every day at home after school. So as they keep logging in this number of hours that they've been spent reading a book, by end of every week and every month, these students are rewarded. So the amount of hours that they've spent definitely plays an important role in enhancing their reading abilities. So our English teachers have a lot more information on this, and they will be sharing this information, and we will also be sending out more information in their respective class groups about this reading enrichment program, which will start from March 20, which is next week, Monday. And another academic aspect is math enrichment and remedial program. Again, this will also start from March 20. So we at LIBR are always striving to improve our students' math, basic and foundation skills at all levels. We offer this program from grades 1 to 8. So we will be conducting a diagnostic test. We do this periodically. For this academic year, we will be doing it in the beginning of beginning of April. And we will be identifying the levels of each student in different sub areas of math from grades 1 to 8. And on those particular topics, they are going to be provided online math tutoring. So these are special classes after school from 5 to 6 on Zoom platform. This will also be from March 20. So we have done this program before, and we look forward to start this next week. And we want many students to participate in this program, especially to improve their math skills and basic skills and foundational skills. Another way to keep a child accountable for their learning is having a performance tracker in each of their classes. So this is a visual tracker. So when you visit our school next time during parents conference or any other time, please have a look at it. It is available in each of their classrooms. So this is a tracker where we record, or the teacher tracks the performance in each of their subjects and other enrichment activities. We also use this as a tracker to record their attendance, classroom participation, uniform, cleanliness, and discipline. So they're basically rated from 1 to 10. Okay, and they are given stars instead of giving them numbers. And we don't want them to feel neglected or discouraged. We give them stars. So different color stars represent a different range of numbers. So they are rated every month, every fourth Saturday, and that's how, if they are in the lowest rating, we encourage them to keep moving up, and the scale should go up to the mark of 10. So that way we track their academic performance. Another way we recognize and hold students accountable for academic aspects is rewarding them and recognizing their core values and displaying, these different other attributes such as self-discipline, strong classroom participation, adhering to all school policies, is something called as the Star of the Month. It's a special award that we give to students. Not all students get to, get this special award. We select a student, one student from every grade and every section gets this award. Parents are also invited. It usually happens on the last day of the month, so it's like a small gathering. Okay, from each grade, one student gets to bring their parents to the school, and we make them feel proud. It's a proud moment where the child is awarded with a small medal, a certificate, and some recognition in front of all the other students in the assembly. So this is a special award. Since there are lots of students and lots of them are working, everyone is working to strive and striving to get the Star of the Month. We highly encourage and we want our students to excel in these core values. So non-academic activities and programs. So let's go into some non-academic aspects. So first thing is co-curricular activities. So these CCA periods are conducted on the first, third, and fifth Saturdays in a month. And these are special activities and competitions conducted in 3 categories. One is grade 2 to 5, and then grade 6 to 8 participate in an activity, and grades 9 to 12. So some of the competitions that's coming up in March and April is drawing competition, poster making competition, and English handwriting competitions. And more activities will keep coming, and we will notify you as and when those time arrives. So all of these are enrichment activities. It brings in that social skills, intellectual skills, moral values, and a spirit of competition also builds within students at LIBR. And other co-scholastic activities that happen at our school, you can see some images: karate and skating, dance, music, and yoga. So the next thing is we do a lot of things in school. We want parents to be connected with us. Okay, so parent communication and participation is something very important. So we use the first means of communication we use is the diary. So parents, please use the diary to communicate with the teacher anytime. If you're not able to personally come to the school, or if you're not able to make a phone call, write a quick note about what concerns you. So if we have any concerns, we also use the diary to communicate. So please have a look at the diary. Every single day, we highly recommend you look at the diary. Please sign the everyday homework. Make sure you read your child's diary for important information, sign it, and call the office anytime for any queries or grievances. And parents are always free to meet teachers from 3 to 3:15 p.m. every day. Okay, so they are always available to talk to you. And other days that they can meet are any working Saturday from 8:20 to 8:40, and fourth Saturdays from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. So teachers are available there to solve your problems, so please contact them. And there are at least 3 parent-teacher meetings in the whole academic year, and it is mandatory for all parents to attend these meetings to know about your child's performance and growth. So these are different ways where you can communicate and participate and connect with us. So I'm going to invite Swarnalatha ma'am again to talk about some important responsibilities and roles of parents. Ma'am, the stage is yours.
Yes. So once again, thank you for giving me a chance to interact with the parents. Parent role and responsibilities. It's a very important topic. And I think every parent knows about it, but it is the duty of the school and also the duty of an aged person like me to keep reminding about what they need to do. It is parenting has to be a pleasurable activity. It's a pleasure. Parenting is a pleasure, provided you spend every day quality minutes. I'm not asking for hours, at least 60 minutes. Quality hour or quality minutes with your child unconditionally. That's important. And then that kind of time, quality time spent with the child builds a lot of confidence in the children to be what they can be, and then also to bring out their talents. Please accept your child as the child is, and then go ahead guiding and also building confidence in your child. The first thing what you can do is provide a silent learning environment for your child to study and complete his homework. It's our general habit that for small children like the KG and all, we do the work by ourselves instead of making the child do it, because the child might make some mistakes, that the notebook might go, it may be dirty, or you may have to rub it for so many times. So what we do is we do the work. But what I would advise you is be there. Be there with the child, but let the child have the practice of doing the homework by himself. And then this will make a habit for the child, guide them how to do it neatly, and also how to complete the work, whatever is given. Ensure your child here at school every day and on time. Please see that attendance of the child is done every day, as Mrs. Shiba has said, in the proper uniform, and see that nothing is missing out in the uniform and in dressing up. One more thing I would like to add here is when the child is coming out of the home, getting into the bus or coming to school, please see that the child is emotionally happy and not hurt in any way. Either he gets up late or whatever it may be. There are cases where we lose our temper, use our tantrums, and then send the child to the school. When a child comes with an unhappy mind and unhappy emotional form, then the child he's not happy in the school. It also affects the learning of the child in the whole day. So please see that the timetable for the child is set properly. He sleeps early, gets up in time, gets ready, and then he comes to school happily. The whole day, the learning will be very, very effective for such children. Follow, acknowledge, and keep up to date with the student. Please look at the diary, look at the work that has been done for that day, look into his notebook, how far he has done. If there is anything missing, please send a note, or see that if it is possible, see that it is completed at home. But just don't charge him because he couldn't do it. There are various reasons where the child would not have completed or would not have done it, but don't charge him for it. But at the same time, please encourage him to complete the work as much as possible. Then, as the diary part has already been dealt with, diary is something which gives you complete information, including the dates that will be notified to you for even the parent-teacher meeting, the activities, the examination, everything. Please go through the diary. I would like every parent to, as soon as they get the diary, please go through every page of the diary, which is very important for you. At least you will know what is in the diary. And once you know what is in the diary, you will look for pages where the information is available. So please go through the diary very well before the start of the session. As soon as they get the diary, I think maybe tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday, they might get according to the schedule, they will get the diaries. Then news and information, please keep updating yourself. Provide the needed encouragement and support for your child. It's very important. If whatever we do in school will not have an effect unless it is reinforced at home. And reinforcement at home makes a lot of difference. Other day, there was a sports day. A child who came third was crying. I said, "You are third. Why are you crying?" She was sobbing. So she said, "No, I promised my mother that I am going to be first, but I have come third." I said, "But there are many more who have run along with you, and you are third position. And there is somebody first, somebody second, somebody third. Remaining are all 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that." So if there is a pressure at home of performance, this is what happens. The child, even if the child has come third in the position, the child will not be happy. It won't be able to enjoy that success. So please encourage the child, support the child, whatever the child is. And this sort of encouragement and support that you give. And also, when there is a progress card that comes, maybe one subject the child has not done well, but there are other 4 subjects where the child has done very well. So, what we see generally as parents is where the child has gone down and not appreciate where the child has secured. So, please look at that plus points of the child also in all aspects of the child's growth. That's important. Provide the needed encouragement and support for your child to attend sports, co-curricular activities, and also competitions. And now the word co-curricular itself means that it is a part of the curriculum. It's not extra. It is part of the curriculum it is. So all these competitions are also important. It is not a waste of time for your child. So please encourage them. And then there will be time when the competition dates and the topic also for various competitions will be announced. So please help them to prepare well. And once they prepare well, they can confidently face the competition. So here also, they need your support. Pay tuition. Yes, this is very important. Here, the infrastructure, the whole school runs with your support. And the most important entities for running a school is the parent and the school management. It's like this, and in between is the child. This is like the LIC emblem. One side is the parent, one side is the school. By school, I mean the whole thing, the teachers, everything. And then in between is the child, which is so safe, protected by the parent and the school. So here, as a responsible parent, I would like you to see that whatever part has to be done from your side is done meticulously. You can plan, you can also have reminders in your phone when it is time for the payment of the fees. And then one example I can give is there are parents who are depositing recurring deposit every month in order to pay the school's fees in the beginning of the year. So the whole year they pay it as a recurring deposit, and by the end, when it is time for the new academic session to pay the fee, they are very comfortably paying the whole fee. So it is necessary for all the parents to please keep these dates in mind. And they are also mentioned in the diary. And once you pay the fee, and the child is also very confident. We don't have to spend time in the school to keep calling parents and reminding them for payment of the fee. because this school is not having, and we also don't have any idea to expand into so many branches. This is just one branch which we want to make the best and give children the best. And the visionaries have started this school not with a profit motive. None of us have that profit motive in our minds. This is only giving, giving, giving to the children. So, parents, I will request you, it's an earnest request that please keep the dates in mind, have reminders, and then let there be no phone call. We don't want to make any phone call for the fees. But if things are done on time, I don't think we can, we have to waste our time on making calls. So please, the time is so precious. There are many things which we want to do for your children. And then these are small things, but make a lot of difference to the school finances. So I would request you, please keep reminders. And if you feel that there is a tendency to forget it, please pay at a time, or look at the diary and then keep the dates in mind so that you also feel relieved that you have done your very well. This is very important. And I think once you say that I have paid your fees, so child also feels very confident. And then because it might see somebody else being reminded. So I please think that my child should not be reminded for fee, nor I will get a reminder for my fees, for my child's fees. So please pay in time, and that will help us to do many more things. And that will help us to do something more fruitful for the school and for the children. We can progress better. So please see that tuition fee and applicable transport fees are paid on time. That's very important. I know you're all learned parents and all of you know the responsibility. So, in case you are traveling, there is extensive traveling. So, please keep it as a reminder and that will help you. Nowadays, phones are reminding us many things. So, let it be also a reminder. Few months later, it will remind you, it will pop up, and it will tell you it's time to pay the fees. So please remember this, and it's a request. It's a request. Then this is very important, and please make it as a very important note in your day-to-day activity that fee payment on time is important. Take responsibility for your child's behavior and academic performance. This is also important. Unless you take responsibility, because school is something, school is doing part, and then the other part has to be done at home. We might try to inculcate so many values and so many other things which are good for the life of the child, but we will not be able to achieve complete success or achieve 100% unless the same thing is reinforced at home. So reinforcing things at home is very important. So please, the behavior of the child, if you feel that there's a change in the behavior of the child is behaving in a different way, please come and talk to the teachers. I think together we can improve the child's behavior. And then academic performance also, as I told you, if you spend quality minutes, 60 minutes a day with the child, I think that makes a lot of difference. The child feels that my parents are monitoring and also they are aware of what I am doing and what I am learning. So this kind of feeling the child should get But it's not once in 3 months or once before the examination that you sit with the child with the books and child doesn't know many things. Then you know what happens at home. So I don't have to elaborate that. But if you are regularly sitting with the child with the academics, you will know what is the difficulty. You can discuss, and we all can solve that difficulty with the child. So please take responsibility for your child's behavior and academic performance. Together, we do our part, and we would like you also to take that responsibility when the child is at home, along with all the other responsibilities that have been mentioned. Be up to date with school, social media, and website. What is happening? And this is being updated all the time. Whenever there is something new that has come up, it is updated. Please be updated about this. And you might find your child in the website. We don't know. So if you see those pictures, your child performing well, or your child being given a badge of a student leader or something, I think that's something you must celebrate. And all these things are going to help the child become a very well behaved and academically strong child. But both of us have to work. We work, you also support, you also guide, and that is going to help the child progress very well. Then of course, there is a note here, and then the parents, please also see that it is your responsibility to see that first day the child attends the school, the child has got the books, the uniforms, and whatever is the related payments that are to be done, they are also done. So here there is a date that has been given, 13th. So I think you can call up the office and find out if they are working, and you can also get those things done. And a child feels confident when the child carries the new books covered properly, and also when the child is in a new uniform with good shoes, with the badge and whatever is required, you will feel what, and you also take pride that my child is so well dressed in the uniform. So please see that you support the child to feel that pride in herself or himself when he is attending the school for the first year. So whatever the shortfalls are in the child, please accept the child as the child is. Do not compare the child with neighbor or the cousin or another sibling. Please don't do it. Accept the child as the child is, and then take the child forward with all the support, with all the guidance, with all the confidence building in the children. See, if I have to talk about parenting, I will go on talking about the parenting because it's something which is so close to me, and I want every parent to become the best parent available on the earth. So I would like to not take time more. So I would stop here, but please bear it in mind. All these that are there, important to be done by from your side as a responsibility to your child. So thank you, and we continue further. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for explaining and reminding our parents about their important responsibilities and the role they play in their students' academic life. So I want to quickly talk about some student responsibilities. It's not just parents, right? So both of them have to work together for a student academic performance. So remember, students, every moment counts in your life. in this age, right? So take responsibilities for your action, your education. It's your education. It is you who play the important role if you want to get educated to be that good citizens on this society. So there is absolutely no free time on campus. Please use every minute you are on campus at school to learn, to increase your knowledge. Make sure your time is spent to make you smarter in any different ways. Okay, so the first thing I mentioned here is read a book, practice your math fluency facts, recite state capitals, learn your state names, write a summary, read a book, write a summary of the same story that you've read, complete your missing homeworks, complete your missing classworks. So use every time. I'm sure, I hope some of our students are with parents, and parents, please pass these important points that I'm sharing to your child, because we want every child at LABR to be that excellent student. Okay, so listen. When your teacher's teaching, please listen, participate, engage yourself, do the right thing at all times. Okay, follow all the direction that your teacher is giving you. Listen, and listen at the first time. Please don't give your teachers a hard time. It is for your own good. Your teacher's trying to, tell you a lot of things again and again repeatedly. So listen to them. You play just like how your parents play an important role in your education life. You also play an important role. Okay, so we want you to take that responsibility and make sure you understand that every moment counts. Okay, so that brings to the end of our meeting today. And this is our number that you can use to contact our office. If you have any queries or any questions, you can email to this email ID. And also, as ma'am also explained, please keep yourself updated with our website, and we have the website address here. So since this is our first orientation meeting, we have provided every information that is needed for you to have a good start at LIBR. So I hope you enjoyed the session, and we wish you all a very good luck to start the new academic year. And we wish all our students to have a successful school year at LIBR. So, and again, I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who have been part of this meeting, who have sacrificed your precious time. You would have spent somewhere else, but we thank you, and we are very grateful that you are here. And again, thank you to all our LABR parent community who have, very much made that choice to stay with us, continue your child's education with us despite alternative choices. So we promise, and we will do our best as a team to provide that education and that holistic education that your child deserves. So thank you so much, parents, and have a wonderful evening.